Okay, friends, let me try to put the webcam back. I'm sorry, I forgot about it. We have breaking news. Really, it happened about an hour ago, but I wanted to make sure that there was something to cover. So if you are just tuning in, the Highland Fire just flared up about an hour ago, and structures are threatened again, etc. They called for more units around the scene. I've got a color image now. It updates. The aircraft inbound. So I ended my fire stream thinking the worst was over because the fire seemed to be at least not moving, but all hell broke loose about an hour actually around 3:20 a.m. I was just about to go to bed, and boy, when I say, "Oh, it's time to go to bed," that's hell breaks loose. Are we actually live? Make sure. Okay, I think we are. I'm not sure that anybody's tuned in because, well, most people are sleeping. So this is Riverside County. I'm trying to find pilots. They said they were inbound and that they have two objectives right now. There's one. I don't know why he's not showing up on. Yeah, it's Air Attack 51. You'll hear his voice. We're listening to the radio, Riverside County Fire West. Unfortunately, EMS will speak over the top of them. I can't change that. They have two different objectives right now. The first is to survey, assess the situation at Highway 79 and 37, the intersection. And also Stage Road.
Operations, Air Attack 51, air to ground 1.
Stage Road and Cottonwood Road. Those are the two priorities. It looks like he's flying over both and looping around. So, hey, Bob O'Connor, how are you doing? Yeah, the situation has changed.
Previously, you had some division breaks out here. Would you break down the fire for me? We can include that in the intel.
Oh, great. So hopefully they'll explain it and I don't have to. Here's the color image that's current, HP Ren, and I have to manually refresh, but you see this massive flare up. It was looking really good. I was planning to go to sleep around 1:30 in the morning. How you doing, by the way, Bob? Glad somebody's hearing me. I'm wide awake now. I've got a splitting headache and I feel dizzy, but it may be lack of blood sugar. I've got.
Looking at the origin up to the east side, left flank Alpha, working around Mike Whiskey towards the head. Right flank be X-ray, working up toward the right flank.
Now, military drones just left in order for these civilian, well, not civilian, but non-military, have to be here. He's at around 1,200 feet right now, so that's probably why he's not showing up.
We're coming around. We're taking a look at the head of the fire. I'll get back with you, sir.
This will be the best update of information because it looks pretty scary on both the. Yeah, we have brand new red heat detections.
The westernmost point of the fire is Division Whiskey.
Okay, Division Whiskey, westernmost head of fire. Not that we have any maps, but we'll know what they're talking about. So he said that it. Let's see, 4 minutes into the broadcast. And at 4:22 a.m. So Bob O'Connor says, good, glad to see you live. Hey. I'm the harbinger of doom, apparently, what people say. been a while since I caught the stream. Hope all is well. I'm hanging in there. It's been, well, a hard year, but I'm celebrating 1 year of being alive. Last October, I didn't know if I'd actually make it. My symptoms were pretty severe. My kidney symptoms, which everybody will appreciate I don't describe right now. But it looked like I had kidney cancer. Thank God I didn't. And we don't know what happened. Some virus or something attacked my kidneys. My incompetent doctors did not check. Like, they invaded the bladder with scopes and put me under, and I had a horrific exploratory surgery. And they didn't even figure out what went wrong. I'm like, okay, so you took biopsies and you try to find out what virus did? And they go, no. So they would have had to do a second exploratory surgery with extremely painful in order to try to figure it out. I said, hell no. But heck, I'm alive. Let me turn that down for you guys. I've tried my best to introduce an equalizer last night. This was really harsh. Let's look at the...
Control 64, engine 64, alarm commercial, Charlie response, Frontier Communications, building 5, Muscle Canyon, cross Horseshoe Canyon, RBC 6, RBC back 7.
We've had a bunch of structure fires. None have been too bad, but any kind of fire right now would be just horrendous. You know, the Camp Pendleton fire is still going. I don't know if it's threatening the base, but they were so desperate they lit a backfire on a Santa Ana wind day. Now here's the problem: the weather's going to get way worse. It's bad right now at night. It's going to get way worse by 2 p.m. We're going to have some serious wind gusts, and humidity will drop to 8%. It's around 14 right now. And plus, it's going to get hotter. It's around 55 degrees. In Aguanga, I don't know how to say that, California. Southeast of Temecula, a little bit northwest of the Salton Sea. I put on the map again. So you see the structures. I don't know how many were lost. Dozens would be a conservative estimate, probably. It took off running today, and I've acquired a couple of time lapses. So I hope you've been well, Bob. I'm a bit forgetful from my ordeal. Went months with low oxygen state from blood loss and turtle bleeding. So I don't remember a whole lot from last October to April. But if people memory prompt me, I can understand. I can remember. I remember you, of course, Bob. So, but today it rip-roared. If you haven't seen the time lapses, what happened yesterday, I feel like an idiot not covering it.
163 from 31 Charlie training on chat.
I feel like an idiot not covering it when it was live, but through a couple of misfortunate settings on the phone, I was not notified. I checked everything at noon. Can't make that out. And then I went outside and did some things in the afternoon, and that's when all hell broke loose. The fire started around just before 1 p.m.
163 from 31 Charlie training, heading up.
It roared straight into neighborhoods. They called it moderate rate of spread at first, Riverside County did. And then it exploded. The high Santa Ana winds.
31 Charlie, actual from training, up.
And this place did not have the red flag. Ridiculous. Hey, Mark. All hell broke loose. How you doing? Welcome back. Night owl or early riser or whatever you are. I wanted to sleep. I really wanted to sleep because around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, things are going to get bad with the weather. But here's what it looks like. Yeah. Flared up currently. Now, they divided the fire. we had a third dot of heat in the center, and so it's still looking okay. Right side of the screen here. I think we're looking north. Yeah, we're looking north. But over here, though.
Diabetic problem. Charlie response 15685. Report our.
Okay, I'm trying to mute that person's address for privacy. It's a diabetic EMS call. I can't turn that off. EMS will constantly talk over the firefighters and air attack. The air attack's on the scene describing some stuff. So, and earlier we had an aircraft, but I don't know that we have an updated perimeter map. I'll go check Twitter again. But as you can see, it is just really flared up on the west side of the screen and the west side of the fire. And then I checked Caltopo and we had massive explosions of new red detections where it says Radek. I don't know how to say this. So we've got a lot of structures in there. I think they're fighting valiantly to defend. And I'm here also. I mean, this. Where's Cottonwood? Yeah, Cottonwood finally has heat detector.
Anyone RSO, search the building. Negative fire. 91. Squad 91 available.
Yay. Just having any kind of structure fire today is bad. So I've gotten a couple of time-lapse video of the color HP Ren cams. I totally forgot HP Ren was in this area. We could have been looking at the color version of the fire the whole time. Yeah, Mount Rubidoux, that seems to be a done deal. Let's check on it. I don't see anything on the cams. I want to. Yeah, it's called the Mission Fire. I don't want to. Yeah, 3 hours ago, 28.5 acres was the final acreage. Some resources are now being released with the Mission and Avenue to be reopened. And nobody's talked about it for 3 hours. On the cams, we just don't see it. Going back to the massive flare up here, Riverside Red is a different view. Now, this is San Clemente South. This is the one at Camp Pendleton. It's still going. It's called the Canyon Fire. So we just don't have any info on what's going on. But some towers over there just seem to be kind of engulfed or affected a couple hours ago. But right now, we've got a conflict between. Yeah, Ruby Doe. ACB, how are you doing? Good to see you guys. I'm not feeling well. I keep inhaling and getting like a buzz, dizzy feeling in my head, and I've got like a vice grip headache. Maybe from my monitor just being too bright. I get light-induced headaches. Okay, I'm gonna try to tone that down. Sorry if I get super dark. I just can't stand the light level in here. It makes me subconsciously grit my teeth. So I'm gonna turn this down. Oh, you know what? It's the glare from the light behind me. I should know better than to leave that one on max. I try to do it so you guys can see me better with the cams. It no longer matters. So let me turn that brightness down. Camera, excuse me, the light in front of me, brightness down as well. I hope this helps my headache. But listening to the horrible crackly radio, it's nails on the chalkboard. It's very low. I can't hear them. I turn it up. It's extremely loud. It blasts me. I turn it down. Can't stand it. Broadcastify just needs to auto-equalize the volume. I don't know why. Mark says, same here. Headache for 3 days. Going back to bed. Have a good day. Mark, try something. This is a weird trick. But sometimes your tension headache feeds on itself, and the origination of the headache might be a lack of electrolytes. So lick your pinky finger and put it in salt. Push that and hold it on the tip of your tongue. And you're going to trick your brain here to that, hey, I am delivering the electrolytes you need. And then to loosen the tension up here, curl your tongue into the tightest O that you can, like ooh, like it's taco, and then stick your tongue out as far as you can. And you'll start relaxing all these muscles up toward the ear, and you'll feel it inside your face. And then make your tongue like flat, curled, whatever. Just change it. Stick it out as much as you can until you feel these muscles all relaxed towards your ears. And deep breathe through the curled tongue. And often after doing that for about 5 minutes, I hate that sound. Freaking hate that sound. Oftentimes that'll do it. Just don't.
175, outside fire, Bravo response at the right aid, North State Street, across the West Vermont Expressway on RP Med 8. Here's RP active.
Outside fires at a Rite Aid, probably. Transients and such. We had dumpster fires and stuff today. Yeah, so it exploded on the west side.
1058, now cancel your response, 91 candle.
I've got to open a window. I need fresh air. And I'm going to try to salt shit with my own headache. I'm one of the few people reporting on, not to watch duty, but to Twitter about what the hell's going on with the radio. CA fire scanner is as well.
38, Delta response, near O'Reilly's, mission across the Riverview, stand by.
Alexa, turn off the plug. Let's see if we can reduce the light in here. It's so important that I sleep, and I want to. But how can you right now? Yeah, you can barely see me anymore. I'm sorry. Fire's coming down towards the west. I didn't make out anything more than that. Okay, so something about the ridgeline. I think this is air attack that's talking. As he flies around in and out of radio reception. I don't know, that could have been somebody on the ground. The ham radio operator who's broadcasting can't move, he's stationary. So as firefighters move further away, we're going to get
Engine 3175, confirm your copy, dispatch to State and Ramona.
we're going to get varying degrees of intelligibility, but we do have.
Medic 86, you can now cancel your response.
This is updated every 1 minute. I'm going to show you the time lapse if it'll drag and drop play. Okay, HP Ren movies. The start of the Highland Fire. This is how it went. The camera was on it the whole time. Watch. Pretty incredible. There it goes. I don't know if I can zoom. I don't think so. And you can see how they described it as moderate rate of spread when it first happened. It's on their Twitter post. Oh, look at the shadow of the tower. Then boom, it explodes. So we don't have a. There's a person right there. Person shows up from that vehicle. But you can see how it just explodes in the afternoon, right about there. 18 seconds into the time lapse. I don't know it. Oh, maybe this is the time up there. 14:38, like 2:39 in the afternoon. It's changing in the upper corner. It started about 12:50 p.m. So if we test if that's a timestamp. Yeah, that's a smoke. It's not smoke. First glimpse of smoke. Right about there, confirmed. Yeah, 12:39. Okay, so that is a clock up there without colons. So it's 12:39 and 38 seconds. And they describe it as moderate rate of spread. It doesn't look like it's going anywhere. And then all of a sudden, Santa Ana's pick up around 2 o'clock. Boom, explodes. Races due west, straight into town, starts taking out structures. I don't know how many structures have been lost, but you can just see how bad that got, how quickly. They were putting retardant on it the whole time. The other cams show it just didn't last. So tomorrow, well, today at 2 o'clock, humidity is going to drop to around 8% and the wind picks up again. So hold on to your butts. We can have 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts again. And it's 4 in the morning, the 4 o'clock hour, and it's still rampaging. So that tells you something. That's the first time lapse. This is the current view. The west side is. I need to mark when I did the color time lapse. Or time lapse. I have the second video here that takes off where the first one ended. And it's well established in the town of Aguanga. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. It's a valley. So you can see how the trees are just kind of trembling in the foreground. And as the day wears on, just keeps going and going towards sunset. Around what? When was sunset? I don't know. I don't do military time. Here's the next time lapse at sunset, and then you can see the red fire and the 3 distinct portions of the fire. I'm sorry, there's a couple flashing. I should have said seizure, light flashing induced seizure warning. I don't know why the flashing occurred. There's just a couple of frames where the camera went nuts. So, sorry, this one has a, I'm going to replay it, seizure, light flashing warning. Now, when I ended my stream, I thought, well, I'll just go to bed because I need to get up by noon to cover this fire again. When the winds get bad again, oh no, here I am logging off right about 3 and Twitter explodes with, hey, it's making a push for Sage Road at the intersection of 79. Oh, damn. So I hesitated for about an hour. I did not go live. I do the last time lapse. And then... The reason I didn't go live is there's nothing to report. Like, there's nothing to track if they're not saying anything on the radio. But as soon as Air Attack 51 got in the air, okay, we can get new info. Something's valuable here, so I can inform the public about something. But I desperately need to eat something. So, how have you been, ACB? Or anybody else awake? 11 viewers right now. Should set up the donation link again. Okay. We want to stay ad-free and well on the air. So if anybody can donate. PayPal's the best way. That dollar helps right now, I swear. PayPal donation link. PayPal doesn't take the 30% that Super Chat and Super Thanks does. So I'm going to pin that comment with the PayPal link. Super Chat, though, is okay. I mean, if that's more convenient. But this is coming up on my eighth hour of covering this fire. How long have we been doing this? Since 8 p.m.
3175 is on CMSR, so investigating.
Hour, about 8.5 hours. This is not my first stream of this fire. So this is the live image. I don't know that it actually refreshes on its own. You can see the west flank is still pretty messed up. We're looking to the north. Center looks almost extinguished almost. East flank still has activity. But the west is trying to eat a neighborhood. That was air attack. What's he saying?
Copy. They're right as far as located. 038 available.
I have no idea.
38 pairs copy. You by the name, Mark Pendleton. There's 38 pairs copy. 4.4.
Depends on where he's at in the air, if you can understand him or not. Let's see if Watch Duty's got an actual update. Now, it's just from 2 hours ago. The fire is well established in the canyons, making a run towards Sage Road and Highway 79. Currently a half to 3/4 of a mile away. That portion of the fire is alignment with the winds and the slope, moving at critical rate of spread. They ordered additional engines, and that's about the time when an hour later, air attack said he'd be inbound. There were no craft on the screen, that military that we could see, however. Air attack said, please.
There's several buildings on the property. Checked all buildings. No audibles. Power is out of the area. In contact with an employee. We'll be the fire watch. So, more available.
Oh, Larry, thank you again. You're wonderful. I'll show you these color time lapses again, but I really have to use the bathroom.
3175.
Found out color time lapses. Yeah, color time lapses exist.
3175, a small rubbish fire. Out upon arrival, you show report to Moffett. Fire's extinguished. We're available.
Dumpster fires again. Okay, I wish I could loop. Maybe I can. If I could loop one of these color movies about start of the fire. Loop. Let's see if loop works. You can see how they described it as a moderate rate of spread thing in the early afternoon, like 12:40 when it came out, and around 2 p.m. Bam! Explodes. Runs right into the town. So yeah, it's looping. Okay. Neat. Okay, the second.
start pushing heavier type 3s, to the west.
Start pushing heavier type 3s to the west. Is all I made out.
Make it a run, and it'll hit the flats, and that's where we're going to give our best chances for action.
It's making a run. This is live. It's making a run. Best chance. Catch it on flat land. That's what was just said. Okay. So air attack, who was just speaking, is doing some loops. And so he says heavy type 3s, like meaning the serious fire engines, the big ones.
Oakland, 5 and 6.
Whiskey is the west side flank, and it's where the fire's running. Let's look back at Cal Topo. I need to use the bathroom and he stopped being active for a second fire. Oh God. But thank you so much for your kind support, Larry. You are awesome. You deserve quintuplet hearts. That is not an award I often bestow. But there you go. Okay. Now, I guess I could loop one of the videos like this. This is the latest one. You can see how it flares up. Eventually, the middle section dies down, like they're getting a handle on it. East side, which is on the right side, dies down. And then around 3 in the morning, the west explodes. But I had adjourned my stream. I really thought, hey, everything's quiet. But you know what? It was too quiet. It was too quiet. But that's how it goes. All right, here's... We already saw that one. Where's... Oh, God. Is this... Yeah. The west explodes. I'm just going to loop that off to the bathroom I go.
Medic Squad 71, Medic 71, 6-person Charlie response, Palm Desert Dialysis Center, 41501 Corporate Way, RBC Command 12. Engine 59, 6-person Alpha response, 21915 Byron Street, RBC Command 5.
Operations, air attack 5-1. On our map, we've got that Highway 3 runs off 79 to the north from Radek. Is that the Sage Road?
5, RBC TAC 7.
Still have the fire active, section 20, still north of 79, east of S3. We'll get some more intel for you. I do have an updated acreage when you're ready. .200 acres currently. And all Bexboro's been in that are pushing towards the S3 road. And then a little bit of activity growth on the east side, but I'll get back with you for more detail there.
Of course, all the details I need to write down. He's talking about when I'm in the bathroom. What acreage? I'm sure somebody else caught that.
Highland IC Paris copies updated acreage 2200.
2200. Updated acreage. And he said, it's our current view. He said some growth on the east side, stand by. He seems to, tone of voice was like that was minimal. He said the S3 road, question mark, I don't know, had activity. I don't know if he's referring to Sage. He was like, what's that north and south road? Is that Sage? I don't know. Hey, that's a watch duty noise from my phone. I bet somebody else just updated the acreage. Now there's a Quarry fire in San Benito County. Oh, that was what was updated. There's an immediate threat to vegetation and structures around a yard. An additional Type 3 engine strike team is being requested. Immediate need for radio traffic. Due to the proximity of the Monterey County line, which is 1,000 feet away, users in both Monterey County and San Benito County will receive notifications for that incident. Okay, so we have another exploding fire on the border of Monterey and San Benito County. There will be no sleep for me. There will be no sleep for me. Okay. This is gonna be a red Halloween. Alright. My first broadcast was called Red Monday. Red Dire on Labor Day. It needed a name. That disaster needed a name. Surprised the media didn't run with it. Alright, so we interrupt the Highland Fire to look at what the hell's going on at Monterey. I should change the title of my stream so that I'm covering that too. Air Attack 51 is still flying around the Highland Fire. They said they need to move Type 3 engines immediately onto the west side, but I didn't write it down. I was in the bathroom when he said exactly where. If any of you guys caught it, let me know. You guys can help me with info. If you get info on your phone, word of mouth, watching the news. Like, I'm not watching local news. I don't live there. Oh, thank you so much, Bob. You're so wonderful. Bob says I'm working nights, so I'm off to bed. Keep up the good work and make sure you get some sleep yourself. I'll try. Thank you so much. You're wonderful, wonderful man. You're a wonderful supporter. It's time to slam back some coffee. Okay, the second fire. It's called a Quarry. So what the hell is this? 8 hours ago? The Lizzie fire? I did San Luis Obispo? What? It was 100. It's contained. It was 100 acres. Okay. So up here by Salinas, north of Salinas at Aromas, is Quarry fire. And we do have immediate threat to vegetation and structures around the yard. So which cam is this? Watsonville one. Let's switch to covering that too. So it continues to burn in large 50-ton piles within the yard. What kind of yard? 200 to 50-foot wood pile on fire. Oh, great. Lumber yard? I guess. With a yard containing a large amount of downed eucalyptus trees. Oh, great. Oh, that's hell on earth. The gasoline trees are what eucalyptus trees are called. They're what put the craziness into Australian bushfires. Okay, here's the camera link. Hopefully it's in focus. Wow, you can see that eerie red glow from Watsonville. Ugh. Half the town's blurred out. Wow. Shows, move your mouse. There it is. So it's at Aromas. Oh, that hurt. We could try to get a radio going as well. Let's just get the normal view. There's Watsonville. Looks like Prunedale cams. We see the fire in Mount Chaul. From quite distance away though. Zoomed in pretty insanely. Alright, Watsonville 1. Whoa, that's a big red angry fire. So let's go 6-hour time lapse. This is the other fire. The Quarry on the border of Monterey County and San Bernardino. They said San Bernardino, right? No, San Benito. I'm sorry, I'm losing my mind. So if people live there, they should be getting watch duty notifications for both. It started, I suppose, in a lumber yard. It says yard. A giant pile of eucalyptus trees on fire. Now, how the hell do they manage that? Lumberyard's supposed to like constantly wet down their lumber with sprinkler. It's the 6-hour time lapse. I hate the privacy pixelation. Makes me feel like we're watching a dirty adult censored thing. I should tweet that I'm live. Keep forgetting. I'm so damn chore. Alright. Privacy pic. I'm sure we'll get more people here. Share to Twitter. I'm live covering the pound Highland Fire and I would assume Quarry Fire is a hashtag now. Riverside, Monterey, San Benito counties. My keyboard's gone insane. Monterey.
Engine 94, hard problem, Delta response 32010 Poppy Way, RVC Command 6.
Okay. The Highland Fire is running west. All right. Post. Okay, let me check that this is okay. There's a different Quarry Fire on September 20th. So I don't think I have hashtagged the correct thing. Oh, well, I don't care anymore. They should not call fires the same thing. This is where we're looking at the Quarry Fire. Fires are generally named after the nearest road. Well, the Highland Fire we are listening to Riverside County Fire West broadcast by channel. Air attack is in the air and keeps giving updates to dispatch about what the fire is doing. He said stand by, he's going to go look at the east side, which did grow a little bit, but the west side is what's racing towards structures right now. So they're trying to scramble to get heavier Type 3 engines to structure protect. They had released a lot of crews. It was really dying down earlier, but no more. Okay. Is
Engine 101, heart problem, Delta response, Paris Family Apartments, 180 East Jarvis Street, apartment 403 on RBC Command 6.
there's not too many on the night shift. I think CA Fire Scanner is, but he's like New Zealand. He's a beast for some reason covering California's fires. Okay, let's get a pizza. Let's get a pizza here. Pizza slice. Thank you for your kind donations because you feed me. There's no time to cook. On days like these. Now we've got to make it through November. After November rains start, when the serious rains start hitting California and the snowpack, even though Santa Ana winds can technically blow through January, everything's too damn damp. Usually after late November for California to be threatened anymore. And that's truly when the year's wildfire season ends. We are right now in the worst wildfire season that California has. That is autumn. The big fires, the big killers, the big town erasers, the big big city devastators happen in October and November. And usually during El Nino. And here we are. It's the jet stream gone wild. Nothing to do with global warming. It's always there, so we can always expect it. I really hate, it's my peeve, that the uneducated and but well-meaning say, oh, California's fire season is over as soon as, October hits. Hell no. You've just driven into the danger zone. You have to be vigilant until the super rains come. Now, 2017 Cascade Fire. My friend dies in a wildfire. Santa Rosa burns down the same night. 3 towns devastated. Same night. Stupid power lines down. Thank you, PG&E. 1 year later, El Nino. Paradise burns down November 8th. Rewind. Go back to the Oakland firestorm. El Nino. In the 90s. Hold on to your butts. I was hoping we could go all of October without a Santa Ana, but I have a feeling, friends, 2020 never ended. We have somewhere there's an ordinary world where life resumed to normalcy after 2020, but we're not there. We're in the twilight zone. It was a good television show. Basically, it's about people enter another dimension and don't realize it, but they're not in the ordinary world anymore. Okay, so I'm getting my food in order. Secret to staying awake and not collapsing as easily is constantly eating. Saltiest, fattiest, sugariest foods to try to make up for some sleep deprivation. And we'll be burning your energy hard. Learned this on student movie sets. Oh, it's freezing cold in here now. I had the window open. Cold fresh air. Okay, so that's Quarry Fire. Let's look live at the current Highland. I'll check the chat, see if anybody has come in. Okay, nobody's saying anything in chat. Do ask questions. Tell me what you want to cover. You're listening to Riverside County Fire. Now that's looking better for the moment, but that just means that there's probably not as many wind gusts occurring on the Highland Fire. That west section is what we're quite concerned about. You know, it does diminish, then it flares up and explodes, and it diminishes. That's the nature of the wind gusts. I'd love nothing more than right now for it to all really get better and I go to sleep. Around 2 p.m., we have a crash in humidity, a rise in the temperature. Right now it's around 55 degrees. It will shoot up to around 75. Humidity will plunge to 8%. That's my lips are cracking and my cuticles and my fingernails are peeling back. Kind of skin dryness. Itching everywhere. And that's what fire loves. And as soon as the sun rises to around 2 p.m., where it's at its zenith this time of year, fire's going to get a boost. All right, I found a color time lapse of how it started. Check it out. Really wish I could make that out, but as the pilots and the pilots drift in and out of where the ham radio operator is, with clarity varies. And I can't believe, and with this kind of wind and dryness, there's no red flag warning for where this town just got devastated. Only up there by Santa Clarita, there's something terribly wrong with red flag warnings. It's under a wind advisory. Whatever, it's had 55-mile-an-hour wind gusts and a constant 25 with a humidity of 10 and 8%. What the hell does it take for red flag then? It's the parameters. It's like the parameters for red flag, like the weather service issuing it, are way, way too tight. Like, oh, well, we can't issue it if it's 1 mile per hour less than our criteria, the wind speed. Oh, it's 1% humidity greater than our criteria. Oh, shut up.
71, Medic 71, abdominal pain, Charlie response, Avenida Palm Desert Apartment, 40445 Portola Avenue, Apartment 101, on RBC Command 12.
Now, I have not seen the actual heat detections from satellite change, as in spread out since it began rampaging about 3:30 in the morning. Good, I guess. But there's still plenty of structure in there. And there's a discrepancy in wind speed, like wind direction. Like here it is coming out of the southeast and the east and the southeast, according to Caltopo. Same thing with my radar. My radar has the fierce winds coming up the east and southeast. What does watch duty have? Watch duty has the winds coming out of the northeast. What? And so does the app Windy, which I hate.
X-ray trainee, Pelham.
I want to know what's the truth. Does anybody actually know?
The hose has been stashed up here in the black by the crews that were up here. I believe my crew is the last crew up here, so we're going to be bumping out. I'm going to take the folks down to the vehicles, have them rehab, and then get ready for whatever's next at this point. The line to break. Fire's about to make the stop.
Move up to cover Palm Springs Station 1 at 77 North Indian Canyon Drive. Utilize Palm Springs local.
I've been covering this fire for about 9.5 hours.
I'm referring to last crew as far as closest to what the fire's edge. I believe everybody's bumped down a bit. I don't know if you want to take roll call or get some accountability for that.
And for the entire 9.5 hours, it seems the dispatch likes to talk right over the top of the tactical fire whenever they're making a report. That's because the Broadcastify ham radio operator has failed to split the channels.
Yep. Air attack 5-1, air to ground 1.
Oh, here's air attack. Okay, let's get an update. Please don't talk over him, dispatch. Oh God, it's doing it. Oh.
Steel alarm, residential Bravo response.
Posted updated acreage with perimeter and a couple snapshots. Still working on some products on the ATP site, but those are available. And just for your information, it's real active. Still east of that Sage Road, the S3, but definitely grown and more active since we've been on scene.
It's worsening. It looks less active, but it's not. It's been more active since they've arrived on scene.
1 copy, sub break. I see. 2 copy direct.
Oh dear. I guess looks could be deceiving.
Quint 90, Squad 91, Alarm Commercial Charlie response. Harmon Distribution Center, 24950 Groveview Road on RBC Command 5. Utilize RBC taxis. Highland IC Church. Highland IC Church.
Okay. Yeah. Somebody updated the acreage.
Here's Highland IC.
Highland IC Church. You advise if Corona Engine 4 will be remaining on scene.
Can you repeat that identifier?
Affirmative. Wondering about Corona Engine 4.
Well,
Okay. Yeah. Fire Valley Photos is the fire's at 2,200 acres. Yes.
operations IC.
Let's share that. Intel Earth has been a good reporter. He's got to go to work or school or something. So
Good. Operations IC.
old stuff. There's about 4,000 people evacuated as far as I know.
Operations IC when you get a chance. Like to know from it or just a minute how long it was.
What? This is already outdated, but better than nothing. I forgot about fire mappers. We should look at them. It's a little bit confusing.
What's the operation map?
Fire weather. I don't think that's relevant. Yeah, this was from my Oregon streams. Should put. Yeah, that's state of Oregon dashboard. Let's add a new tab then. Fire mappers. 2.0, 3.0, whatever. The hell? See, they have older fires that are irrelevant. Right in front of stuff we need to know about Highland. Okay. So this is Fire Mappers 3.0. No, how do I change layers? Crowdsourced info. Yeah. Evacuation. Says it's clicked, but it's not showing. Okay. Ad blockers on. Whoops. Refresh. Sorry for making anybody car sick. Highland. Okay. He's definitely not showing the evacuation stuff, so why is it pretending that it is? California activation. It should be on or off, and there or not there. That's why I don't like fire mappers. It's just dumb. Sorry. If evacuation zones are not available, then don't pretend that it is. Okay. I guess I can go to Fire Mappers 2.0 and hope things work better. Let's go back. If basic functions don't work, why do you publish? I don't know. It's Fire Mappers 3.1. Highland Fire. All right. Flight tracking evacuation map.
Push out to 162.
Request access. Yeah, how helpful is that? People needing information desperately. Request access to the evacuation map. Kiss my babe. I just don't get it. I don't get why people like this site. Maybe I'm not giving it time of day. That's because seconds count with an evacuation. If people are as confused as I am, they're dead. They're sitting in their idling cars at the end of their driveway trying to figure out where to go. Just show them where to freaking go. Just get the map loaded. Show people what they need. Make it simple. If you don't do that, you have no business pretending. Just fix it. Debut it when it works. And we know there's some heat spots down here at the golf course, and they're not shown, so that's also just not that relevant to me. Now, the cameras are looking almost due north, and we're seeing, I'm not sure exactly where we're seeing the heat spots. See? It's a little disorienting. Okay. CPROB keeps remarking about how I'm like Steve Jobs. I'm just completely intolerant of like software that fails. Like, if you don't make it easy for people to use, it's for the user. If they have to read a manual, you failed. Why did you bother with your hours of coding? If the user can't use it, go back to the drawing board. Don't code a bunch of crap first. It's complicated, and then think, oh, how can I uncomplicate it for the user? Think about the user in the first place and code to the user. Don't waste your time. It's about as smart as asking people that understand English to read a book in Chinese. I'm sure they could take the time to manually translate it themselves, but who the hell would?
Highland IC, air attack 5-1, air to ground 1. Uploaded current perimeter and a couple snapshots and some videos available on EGP. And just advise, since we've been on scene, the activity on the west side has got closer to that Sage Road, S3. Got quite a bit more active, a lot of embers, a lot of wind-driven area there.
Okay, I actually wrote that down.
One more look at that aforementioned area, give you a better estimate of where that's located. And we did take a look at the activity east side, still south of Dry Ranch Road, but that's the second most active portion. And then, unless you have any other needs, we'll be returning to Fox.
Second most active portion.
Back in position, take a look at the west side, the still correct side of Sage Road for you. Give me a minute.
Okay. Let's turn off the activity. So here's Sage, and he keeps saying S3. I'm not sure what S3 means. If any of you locals do, can enlighten me. S3 what? It like on a firefighter map or something? That's Cottonwood. Braddock. So we know here is Sage Road and highway. Which highway is this?
I see air attack 5-1, air to ground 1.
79. Okay. What is S3 he keeps referring to?
Battalion 10A, engine 50, engine 35, engine 36. Response is structure fire at 1729 East Palm Canyon Drive. Utilize Palm Springs local.
Highland IC, air attack 5-1.
Oh man, bad day for structure fire. Santa Ana wind day. It had some power lines down today, but I don't know what it amounted to. Well, yesterday, I should say. Good morning, people. This is my 9.5 hour covering this fire. I'm trying to stay awake.
Division Whiskey, air attack 5-1.
64, confirm false alarm.
5-1, we're getting ready to head back to Fox. Just a latest update in Division Whiskey. We're putting the fire about maybe 500 feet east of that Sage Road. Still correct side and still correct side of the 79 road, but very active.
518 Cortesia Way on RBC Command 12.
Yep, aforementioned acreage, 2,200 acres. Would have to add a few acres to that with this new activity since we've been on scene. And unless you have any other needs from us, we'll be heading back to Fox shortly.
How many? So it looks like deceiving. He's as much more active. But the fire's still on the correct side of 79, I would imagine east or northeast side. Good news, he says for now. It is 500 feet east of Sage Road. So there will be a battle commencing soon. Somewhere here. Right about where it says Radek, I guess. Here's our live view. The HP Ren cam. Yeah, say hi, anybody, if you can. Keep me awake. Tell me what you want me to cover. The Quarry Fire, which is up by Monterey / San Benito County line. It's threatening structures and such too. I just don't think we can run two radio.
I forgot about you. Gonna get Corona engine 4. I'll get that information to you in a few minutes.
Highland IC Paris, copies.
We had a firefighter, sounds like he had severe burns, second-degree burns, yesterday. Took him hours to get out of that area. Felt so bad for him. Because the Miracle flight was grounded from the high winds. They said they could make it towards Temecula if they could transport him there. So then they called for ambulances. And that delay, I just hope somebody had morphine or something for him. They said leg burns and they said face burns. I hope we get a status update. Maybe the news. Maybe the news will give us that. Yeah. Now, the bright side is I think it's going okay. The mission fire in Riverside itself, I think it's going okay. We don't even see it on the cams. What? I need to stop using over the counter.
The FDA is warning.
Eye drops? Excuse me. They are sold under CVS Health Leader Rugby.
Medic 50, sick person alpha response, 44 Cavendish Drive North, RBC Command 12.
Oh, it's a recall for eye drops. 26 different kinds? Oh, God. Okay. Okay. Such a dire news. October. It's just a downer. Ah! A creepy crawly crossing the road causes a crash in Death Valley. A spider caused a crash.
Air attack 5-1, air to ground 1.
I don't even want to know how big it was then. I mean, did the car hit it and did it derail a train? Oh. Okay, so there's got to be a battle going on where it says Radek or Radek. I don't know how to pronounce that town name. It says quite active. It was a few minutes ago, 500 feet east of Sage Road, on the correct side of 79, which I take to be the east-northeast side. Okay, there's a new watch duty update. Yeah, it's on the Highland Fire. The Quarry Fire, like I said.
Highland operations, air attack 5-1, air to ground.
Yeah, Nick Russell's on it, updating watch duty.
Just advise, getting fairly active north section of section 20, between 20 and 19. Still south of, it looks like that Wilson Valley Road in section 17, but it's got quite a bit more active in the last few minutes.
He must be using a topo map. It's quite a bit more active in the last few topo maps section.
But you know that all products are available, and our last snapshot is going to be of that new activity.
Now he said it was on the EGP website map. What is the EGP? Is it a database? Let's see.
Engine
EGP
99, engine 58,
map.
Fire Bravo response, Highway 60 West,
Oh.
Pendleton, RBC Command 5, RBC TAC 7.
Hi, Jane. Absolutely, yeah. Just a sec. Incident management. I'm hoping to get the same maps he was talking about. Air attack is flying over the Highland around. I adjourned the stream around 1:30 in the morning thinking, well, all hell's going to break loose at 2 p.m. when temperature rises and it gets to be 75 degrees, plus the sun comes out, fueling the fire, plus wind picks up. I mean, it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon when the fire exploded anyway. Hottest part of the day. Humidity will plunge to 8%. Not that it's a super high 14% right now, but, you know, I have to log in. I guess we're not going to have the latest maps. This one said no account login, but no. Maps.wildfire.gov. I don't remember this one. So at 3:30, Twitter said the fire's running, and I was very surprised because it looked pretty calm around 1:30 in the morning. I told everybody just go to bed. It's nothing, radio was quiet. It looked like it was not dead.
Paris, air attack 5-1 on Dome 14.
It looked dormant.
Air attack 5-1 Paris.
Excuse us.
Attack 5-1 departing to Highland incident, showing 3-6 minutes en route back to Fox. And we confirm we're still not showing up on AFF.
678 Gaucho Way, RBC Command 12.
Oh god, I hate that radio. Here's another useless map that just doesn't show the major fire right now. What, do I have to click on it? It's supposed to be all collected. This is maps.wildfire.gov. Satellite fire detection. Yeah. Just the little dots.
Division Whiskey, Engine 3162. 3162.
Useless.
Out of service mechanical, 79 and Aguanga Ranch Road. Engine's not maintaining air pressure.
Yeah, see, it's very active.
Break operation. Copy that.
I'll try, Jane, to get a word in and explain what's happened. Hey, I've got a lessening now, but a pretty bad headache, so I'm sitting in the dark as best I can. I'm supposed to go to bed so that I could be here. I expect the fire will get real bad at around 2 p.m. But people are saying winds are going to really pick up again at dawn. It's just going to be a hard night. So I told everybody, I mean, the radio was silent. It looked good on the cams. We had a huge solid line from here to here of the fire, like a big Pac-Man mouth. And they divided to conquer, right? We saw the center brightness go away completely eventually. And so there was a west flank, an east flank. West is on the left. We're looking north. And then the black and white cameras that updated every 1 minute or so was just showing them holding steady. Fire can burn as brightly as it wants, as long as it's not moving. It'll just deplete its fuel, deplete its fuel. I had not high hopes, but some hope that they could get a hold of it by noon the next day, and then that's when you get best results.
Paris, Highland IC, I'd like to request a mechanic state mechanic for engine 3162 to respond to Aguanga Ranch Road.
That truck just broke down, a fire truck. Aguanga Ranch Road, they need a mechanic. Okay, so here I am trying to upload a couple of videos, Jane. I found time lapses. That's some sort of gnarly AM radio sound. Gonna mute that so I can talk. So I was just doing a couple of tidying up the stream, trying to make timestamps of the last video. Changing the stream name in the middle of my Halloween story broadcast destroyed the part of the broadcast before I changed the stream name. Didn't know that happened, and so I kind of fought with it, trying to get it back. Thank God I keep my own archive. So the spooky story first hour. Oh God, that's loud. I'm still hearing the radio. And as I was puzzling with that, then Twitter exploded around 3:30 in the morning and said the west side is making a run. And it flared up, and I looked at the cameras, and sure enough, boom. Now, I do have some color time lapse, and so there's 3 or 4 of these, and it does show eventually the flare up around 3:30 in the morning. So I was at my station trying to figure out, should I go live again at 3:30 in the morning? Most people are evacuated already. And radio was very silent for just long periods of time. Then it was like asthma attacks, heart attacks, dumpster fires. Nothing important was being related. So I said to myself, I don't need to go live unless I can give people information. And that's when I heard that air attack was taking off.
Center divider is fully involved. Blocking the number 1 lane. Can I get an ETA for CHP?
Oh God. It said it's a vehicle in the center divider. Fully engulfed. It's heavy duty.
There's Highland Fire.
16, medical 18, breathing problems, shelter response via dance at assisted living, 5881 El Palomino Drive.
Yeah, there's some breathing problems. There's some stagnant air advisory.
I'd like him to respond to Highway 79 and Aguanga Rancheros Road.
That's the mechanic. You can see the heartbreaking moment where they first described the Highland Fire.
Highland Fire copies. State mechanic to respond to Highway 79 west of Aguanga Rancheros Road.
They described it on Twitter as a moderate rate of spread, and then at 2, boom, explodes. So here's about the time that we still had still listening to radio, that we still had the 3 separate fires, a thing in the middle. Charlie is the engine that broke down, so I think they're just trying to coordinate getting it fixed. Ow. I don't know what they're talking about. Probably about getting another engine to replace it. I'm not going to force you to listen to that crap. I'll just take one for the team and keep it on for myself. So, at about the time air attack got in the air, they said, alert the military. Now we're entering the area, and we want to confirm the military is out. So the military either had manned craft or drones. Okay, the fire's at Highway 79 making a push. That's what he just said. I don't know the details. So trying to hold it, I think where it says Reddick intersection of Sage Road and Highway 79. So what Air Attack said is he flew around for the last hour and a half-ish. Was there to make sure the military was out of the way, and I could not see that on flight radar. Okay, I'm muting that crap. I've been listening to this for like 10 hours. I don't know how much more I could take. Crazy harsh sounds with this headache. It's just, when you hear those annoying tones, it's usually EMS. So let's look back at the current situation. I'm sorry, Jane, if you're even still here. So Air Attack said, let's get some heavy Type 3 engines, which are the biggest trucks, at the intersection of Sage and 79. At the time he said that, it was around. They said they could show knockdown on the fire. I think it must be the vehicle.
Had a RSO deputy assist me with traffic control. And one of the freeway tows is here as well too. Advise CHV, we have the 1 and 2 lanes blocked. The heavy traffic.
A car on fire.
Number 1 and 2 lanes blocked. We'll advise.
Blocked 2 lanes of traffic somewhere. They didn't specify where. So even though it looks like it's dying down, it's not. Even here on the west side, it's pushing. You just heard him say it. 79. So trying to keep a Highland Fire north and east of 79 and east of Sage Road, but it's pushing hard. So in the hour and a half or whatever that Air Attack was flying around, he was saying that it was intensifying, even though it looked like it was getting less intense on the cabs. Okay, have I done a good enough job? Sorry, it's hard for me and I'm being constantly interrupted, and I'm now very tired. Now we had a second fire, the Quarry fire, which has been going on for a bit, but it's long piles of eucalyptus and stuff on fire by Salinas. Dispatch is telling different companies to move up. So we can look at the black and white images too. Oh, the camera moved.
Air Attack 5-1, national radio check.
Why did it move? The hell?
Air Attack 5-1,
Okay. All right. So it's now facing the wrong way. It's not looking north at the fire anymore at Aguanga. Hey, thanks, Jane, for the pat on the head. They said vegetation instructions were threatened by the Quarry fire, but there's no way I could turn on 2 radios at once and monitor that. We could just keep looking at watch duty. Other people are monitoring that. We don't have any clear views of it. Some are a bit scary, though, the ones we have, like that. That's the Quarry fire. That's out of focus. So this is the Monterey County, San Benito County line at Aroma, north of Salinas. And what a great day to have a eucalyptus log pile catch on fire. I bet that's a 4-alarm response. On a Santa Ana wind day. I don't know if that's a logging company or what. name fires at the nearest road. So Quarry, I was like, what could be on fire at a quarry? Doesn't necessarily mean it's at a quarry. It's here at Aromas, excuse me. It's got to be other views. But Watsonville 1 seems to be the best. A little bit. It's so bright on Watsonville 1, it thinks it's daytime, so it went to color mode. But there just needs to be more people putting these cameras in focus, or just lock infinite focus and leave it alone forever. It drives me nuts. All these cameras are always looking far out. Even if a vulture or something lands right in front of the camera, do you really need the vulture in focus? Or do you need to be looking for fire? Lock infinite focus. If you notice a bird on the cams, maybe somebody should focus on the bird for a little bit manually, but it should be the opposite. So we'll, I guess, continue to monitor this quarry fire as well. Eucalyptus are called gasoline trees for a reason. Like Australia's on fire right now. It's their summertime. I've heard their bushfires are quite bad right now. Back to the Highland. Air Attack was our best update person. On the goings on. Ground crews have been super scratchy. The east side of the fire has a bit more activity. Let's see. I wrote down where. It's not quite as bad as the west. Now, let's see. Okay, so 1 hour and 12 minutes into my broadcast. We're now at 1:37. Division Whiskey, the fire was 500 feet east of Sage Road on the correct side of 79, but very active. Add new acreage to the 2200 count. And the east side was active at Dry Ranch Road. That's the second most active portion of the Highland Fire, so we could check out where that is. Say, Dry Ranch Road, Aguanga, California. As Kahula, I can't remember how to say it anymore. I'm tired. Who will actually? It used to have the Google Map layer, and I think Google got upset. Dry Ranch Road and Kahula. Let's just look at how to say it. How to pronounce Korea. What? Was I that off? Oh, I don't want to use my microphone.
Korea.
Oh, yeah. Whoops. Korea. Korea Road and Dry Ranch Road. So this is where the east flank is most active up here in these hills. Which road is this? Which highway? Korea Road. Thought I had a number. That's 371. Yeah, 371. Okay. That's my summary. It only took me like half an hour. Blessed silence on the radio. I'm going to rejoice. We have continuous hits on the GOES satellites. At Radek, this is where it's a battle is taking place. They want to keep it east of Sage. They want to keep it north of 79. Godspeed, our heroes. Oh, my body's in all kinds of pain. Be right back. I gotta clear my plate. Where's the Tylenol? But how are you, Jane? Good to see you. Really good. Okay. I got Tylenol. And where are you currently located? Is it Plymouth County? Yeah. Alright, friends. I still have the radio on. We're still listening to Riverside. I can show you these crazy color time lapses again. I didn't realize they existed. Hopefully they have archives back to 2020 because these HP Ren cams, these color high def night incredible can see in the dark cams. These were around 2020 when I first went sort of viral in South California because I covered the Bobcat fire. Doozy. It almost.
54, sick person, Charlie response, 11954, Arctos Drive, RC Transit.
Random emergency call. Now, the Griffith Observatory was almost eaten up by the fire. The one where James Dean and Salminio and, oh, what was her name? She drowned. Just kind of like Judy Garland in a way. Suspicious drowning death, probably murder. And Dennis Hopper. They were in Revel Without a Cause and saw the crazy end of the universe supernova, how the world ends. Presentation at that place. Let's see, it's Griffith Observatory. Historical. We almost lost it to fire in the Bobcat fire, so HP Ren cams, that very famous, especially since Rebel Without a Cause. But there's all the dead trees all around. Like, that's when we almost lost it. But SoCal Edison almost certainly started the Bobcat fire. I have to say, almost certainly.
1052 North Ramona Drive, RBC coming in 6.
Whatever, I'm worrying this. I'd love to go here. I'd love to be anywhere James Dean was hanging out. I was pretty pissed off that they just allowed dead trees all over the hillside. If they just didn't, if they had green lawns down the hillside, there'd be no fire danger whatsoever. But it climbed and climbed up, and it was on the same hill, and we saw him beat him back down every single night. It was making me bite my fingernails off. And the HP Ren cam, I didn't realize you could time lapse. It was like this. But you can do this. They auto-generate. If you know the right place to click on this really stupidly designed website, it's a Frames website. Those haven't been best practice for building a website for about 15 to 18 years now. There. Jane says you need to clone yourself so one of you can go to bed. Sorry to hear a headache. Thanks. It's getting better that I've eaten. I just gotta remind myself to find my zen. I'm not gonna lie though, watching towns get devastated is, that's never gonna be easy. You never think you're going to lose somebody close to you in one of the fires, but 2017 we lose our family friend, and then where we formerly used to live. Next, add to a damn PG&E power line fire. The fact they burned down 3 towns on the same night, you'd think they get a clue that they should shut off the power during Diablo and Santa Ana winds, but no. 1 year later, my brother's a missing person in Paradise until he checked in and lost everything and nearly died. So it's there's too many of us now that share that feeling. This has happened too much. It will continue until we do something to stop it, and that's change a lot of laws and policies and root out some serious corruption. But we can. These didn't happen in the past. Just return it to that state. Global warming is not an ignition source. It makes fires a little bit more challenging, but it is not an ignition source. We've been falling behind in fighting the fires because we had enough people to fight them all because the power companies are starting most of the bad ones. In this day and age, we cannot have power companies starting extra fires. I'm listening more to the radio, but I'm going to mute it for you guys. So if I go back to the archives, it goes back to 2022 in the what it calls recent archives, and it says long archive. If it goes back to 2020, we could see amazing time lapses of the Bobcat fire. That went on for more than a month. I do believe that took out a lot of homes. Now they finally, I mean, it was years later. I'm like, when are they going to come out with the report on what caused the Bobcat fire? Even though the cameras basically saw it start right next to SoCal Edison's power substation, so everybody knew the power company was involved. But just how did it happen? Was it vegetation hitting the lines? Was it a tree falling over? Was it like a surge and some sparks? Did lines fall down? Did a person walk by and somehow cause a short? Did a squirrel do it? Um, I finally read the report and couldn't believe it. Just not too long ago, a couple months ago. Inconclusive about how their equipment started the Bobcat fire, even though it did, because the Forest Service, whose land was right next to it, refused to cooperate with the investigation. What? What? So right there, I mean, are they not going to be held accountable? Who's going to pay for the massive damage, the massive human, wildlife, and property damage, firefighting expense? Who's going to pay for that now? Because the Forest Service didn't want to cooperate? Okay. It's the most depressing thing. We need an independent investigative body, a federal one, where no agency, not local, not federal, can deny them access to anything they freaking want for the investigation. They should be untouchables. Really, untouchables. The Untouchables, like the movie, based on real life. Guys who are the Bureau of Alcohol and Tobacco Firearms or whatever during Prohibition. They're the ones who are absolutely against alcohol on a fundamental level. Bitterly hated alcohol. So none of the Chicago gangsters or anybody who was a rum runner could bribe them. They're the ones who had lost people to alcoholism, and beaten up by their alcoholic fathers and watched their moms get beaten up or killed. The ones who just could be relied upon to be straight, uncorruptible, untouchable, elite. People like me who've lost people to wildfire could not take bribes. We don't care. We'll tell the truth. Now they're saying, dispatch is saying somebody can access the north gate on Temecula Hill, but I don't know if that is related to that Highland Fire. I interview 25 viewers. Want to know anything specific about the fires, do tell. Crowdsource information. FTPwildfire.gov. Aha. Incident specific data. Okay. California, that's south. 2022 incidents. What about current? 2023. Quarry. Huh. That's the other Quarry fire in September. California statewide. Reduction of fuels, prescribed burns. I don't know what an AMR unit is. If anybody else does, they're talking about it. Annual meetings. I was hoping this would have current. Worth a shot. Oh yeah, they're talking about getting the burned car out of that freeway or highway that hit a center divider. They said they're getting a flatbed tow. Look, it's dawn. On the HP run cam, it's dawn. Now, I would like an update. I wish they would call dispatch and say how the fight's going. It looks a lot better on the cams, like a lot better. The west side does. East side looks kind of active. But how is it going? There's 4,000 people evacuated. They gotta all be wondering how is it going. Let's look at watch duty. Yeah, no new update. The not having information part is the worst. Okay, this is the Quarry fire. Check back there. Still blazing up good. The only thing I like about the Quarry fire is a pile of eucalyptus wood means somebody, thank God, cut down a bunch of eucalyptus. Yeah. tree is one of the big invasive species causing wildfires to be so bad in California. Okay, here's local news. I thought that was a joke. A van actually crashed right into the Goodwill and went through the wall like that. What? No injuries. Is that wall made out of paper? Oh dear. Yeah, 9 hours ago, fire weather conditions. Okay, that news station doesn't have much. Updated 1 hour ago. Please don't autoplay. No. Okay. They're battling two wildfires in Riverside County. Well, I mean, the mission is about done. 2 hikers were safely evacuated from the mission fire in Riverside. Winds baited enough overnight. I think they mean abated to allow fire crews to get a handle on the blaze, meaning the mission fire, but some will remain on the scene. Meanwhile, another fire that erupted in Aguanga has scorched an estimated 1,219 acres. Yeah, it's at 2,200 plus right now. 0 contained as of Tuesday morning. The Highland Fire was reported just before 1 p.m. Monday in the area of the Highlands and Aguanga Ranchos Road, near the junction of 79 and 371. Shortly after 3, the flames crossed 371, moving west-southwest, heading towards the residences. That fire prompted evacuation orders. The area encompassing Boulder Vista Street to the west, Becker Lane to the east, Cottonwood Creek to the north, Golden Eagle Drive to the south, Highway 371 to the south, Sorensen to the west, County Line Road to the north. And then they put evacuation warnings and blah, 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 we know that. They shut down 79. The junction of 79 and 371 is also closed. Well, right now the fire is trying to cross it right there. It's the raging battle. And Reddick. The Santa Ana winds that whipped across the region contributed to the elevated fire danger, but the cause of both fires remain under investigation. Meanwhile, a red flag warning was extended until 2 p.m. Tuesday for many areas. LA and Ventura County areas, blah, blah, blah. Single-digit humidity. That's insane. Sometimes ovens on the bake setting have higher humidity than that. Power outages possible. Watch for down trees. Use caution. That's it for ABC7 coverage. A massive bee swarm kills 4 dogs in a Palmdale family's backyard. Gotta be the killer bees. They're still out there. Okay. What else we got for local news? Radio's quiet about the Highland Fire. And that's good. We no longer have red. Activity may actually finally be dying down. Let's just hope. We no longer have red satellite heat detections, which would mean flare-ups. Something more, just as intense or something more intense than before. Is that a bad radio or a helicopter? I don't know. Let's look. See if aircraft are around.
There's comment testing on ADF Command 3, Tom 16, how do you copy?
Command 3 on Tactical 16. Do you copy? We copy. fingers crossed, guys. This lull in activity that we may be perceiving might just give them the opportunity they need. Just need time. Now this was called Zone Aware, Zone Haven. Now it's called Genesis. Who the hell would equate that with evacuation maps? Stupid rename.
Comment testing on CDF command 3, John 16, static copy.
Can't tell. I'm quite upset by how damn difficult it is for the average person to find fire information. It's because of this crap that I have to sit here and do their jobs for them. I have, I think, a record 165 tabs open right now across 6 different Edge browser windows. I had to purchase a $500 CPU in order to do this. And I'd spend $800 on a GPU during the GPU shortage that is only worth, $400 was during the shortage, and they were being sold for $1,200 at the time, so I got lucky. Somebody took pity on me and said, "Oh, I'll discount for what you do." I'm like, "Thank you, sir." I had to build a supercomputer because I have to have so many tabs open and get all information for one fire from using 65 different tabs. There needs to be a one-stop shopping so I can just retire. Why doesn't the public information officer, why don't they live stream? I do this because it's important, not because I like it. Okay, is there something wrong here? I'm not finding the fire? Out of the Genesis project, it's supposed to be the evacuation map thing. Okay, there's the Salt Sea, Desert Hot Springs. That's not that. Where is the highway? Highland Fire. Temecula. Okay, fine. My incompetency with maps. Alright. It is not 100% contained. Are you insane? You see this? It has the correct. It says updated at 5:24 a.m. Halloween, October 31st, 2023. Containment is 100%, guys. It's 105 acres. Did somebody hack them? Are you seeing this? Is this a joke? People's homes are smoldering right now, and there's a raging battle to contain the Highland Fire. And they're saying it's 105 acres, it's 100% containment. Is this a damn joke? This is the evacuation map that most of the western states use. You pieces of... This is not funny. Wow. Wow. Hey, David, how are you? This is not improving the mood. What a bunch of jerks.
Squad 291, be advised, fire department is building number 3.
What CZU fire, David? Yeah, David, a campfire.
Bernie said 3 or 103.
I think you mean Dixie? I had a different channel.
It's apartment 223. building number 3.
Okay, I'm turning off dispatch. We're still listening to Riverside Fire West. This is my 10th hour or something of covering this fire. At 3:30 in the morning, it flared up like crazy. I'm just so pissed off. This is the usually official counties use this Genesis, previously known as Zone Haven. To say that it's 100% containment right now is a slap in the face of everybody's homes who are smoldering right now. There's 4,000 people evacuated, and you don't even put the evacuation info here. You pieces of crap. Like, I hope they got hacked and that they'll fix this right away. But to have the official websites for most of the western states' evacuation maps say it's 105 acres and 100% contained. Wow. This is why I have to do what I have to do. Yeah, Jane Blackford, I mean, I swear to God, maybe they are hacked. Is there a way to contact them? There should be some way. Now, what sucks, going towards Portland again, what sucks is not every single county uses Genesis, formerly known as Zone Haven. So you have different counties, sometimes right next to each other, using completely different websites. And I told people on accident during the Caldor fire that the county just to the southeast of Alpine County was not under evacuation when it was, because they used a different company. And so then El Dorado, which had Tahoe. So I was on the El Dorado one, which I think was Genesis, and then somebody had to tap me on the shoulder because I thought it was weird. Alpine County was right next to El Dorado. Somebody goes, oh, they're just using a different website with a different company for their evacuation map. So sure enough, I had to have 2 tabs open and refresh them. I went, oh my God, nobody else knows this. This could cause people to die. So this is a private company. It's not the government one, and the government's apparently leased it out. Whatever they're doing. So pissed. But say 100% containment, there's no evacuation zone. Look, 100%, only 105 acres. It's 2,200 plus and growing. And rampaging. Yeah, David, that one's called the Quarry. Here's the Highland, by the way, time lapse. We've been checking on the Quarry, but I can't have 2 radios on at the same time. I will go bonkers. Listening to the radio. So which one of these tabs? Here it is. This is the one at Aromas. So the Campfire, aka the Paradise. I had a different channel back then. It was just a personal one. And I went live in November of 2018. Then I went to California for Christmas and in early December, family reunion. And I was in the area at the same time it was on fire. Hey, it's finally in focus. What the Quarry fire is a bunch of log piles on fire of eucalyptus of all things. So I can't turn on the Monterey/San Benito County radio and listen to the Highland at the same time. It would be too chaotic. So we keep looking at watch duty. But behind the hill is log piles on fire. I don't know if it's actually at a lumber yard or what, but it's pretty big. Not sure that's a 2 to 4 alarm response by the city crews or whatnot. It's north of Salinas, or southeast of Salinas. I think it's north of Salinas. At Aromas. Here's a 6-hour time lapse of it. Santa Cruz County. They said Monterey and San Benito. Are you sure about that? You want to put money on this, David? It's good to see you, Pilot. No, this channel started in 2020, where I really went live and spoke to people with a microphone and everything on Red Monday, Labor Day. Now, I don't remember which email address and whatnot I was using, and so which YouTube channel my actual Paradise campfire coverage would have been, but it was the Dixie Fire, where I stayed awake for about 18 hours a day, streamed about 17, 18 hours a day. From the time it started, July 14th, I want to say, and I did not stop streaming. It was about 96 consecutive days until late October when it ended with rain, because the cattle broke out too. So I had 6 days off where I collapsed and slept for 20 hours at a time from those 96 days. That's okay, dude. That's all right. Yeah, there's evacuations in the area. I wouldn't doubt it. There's a huge amount of smoke and stuff. They said structures were threatened. We go back to watch duty. I'm just not getting a whole lot of updates. Yeah, it says Quarry Fire in wood piles. 30 minutes ago, incident coming in reports for the Quarry Fire. The power's been turned off in the area of the Aurora School and is asking the command center to contact the school and suggest they cancel school today. Yeah, that would be some pretty unhealthy air. My kids could concentrate when there's a 4-alarm bonfire out the window. I kind of wonder though if burning eucalyptus smells good. I mean, it's kind of aromatic. Ironically, in the town of Aromas. Let's see, satellite. Oh yeah, it's a lumberyard, all right. Gotta be a lumberyard. It's just giant piles of wood. Somebody's head is gonna roll. It's illegal to store giant piles of wood without constantly having the sprinklers on. Somebody messed up. Look at that. What in the name of God? This is disaster waiting to happen. What fire inspector allowed this? Really? Are you kidding me? All right, let's pull over there at Caltopo. You gotta see this without any distortion. Okay, it finally has. Listening to the radio. I'll turn on Highland Fire radio as soon as they actually talk about it. It didn't have a heat detection for a while, but now a lumberyard fire is so big that it has a heat detection visible from space. Look, look at that. It's actually better on watch duty. Let's just turn off some of the layers. So it's not distorted. There we go. Look at that. Look at the semi and dump trucks for scale. No wonder it's gigantic. Wow. Now, after a certain point, in the 30s, when people were smarter with fire, you had to have a log pond. Lumber companies had to keep their logs floating in water to prevent fire. The Pacific Northwest had tons of those, and so you would see lumber companies next to rivers because you could transport logs that way safely. Occasionally, I would see lumber mills dry, like in Plumas County or whatever, but they'd have tons and tons of sprinklers going all the time, constantly. And because the sprinklers were on all the time, you saw these little, like, channels for the water to run off and be recycled again. I don't see any. Now, what kind of fire inspector allowed this? It would just scare the hell out of the neighbors. Jane says eucalyptus does not. It does smell good. It reminds me of the fires around San Diego. Oh God, because San Diego has a lot of eucalyptus. The bane of our existence. I barely covered the Paradise. I wasn't fire. I mean, I was grieving the loss of the prior year of our family friend, but I was just starting to learn about it. I did not have any confidence that I could tell people what to do, and I had not studied survival or anything serious. I mean, Paradise Campfire was what snapped me to, okay, that's it. I'm going to find out everything I possibly can. I realized at that point that I had a lot more knowledge than the average person just living rurally, and thankfully from my parents who are pretty smart, who learned from local fire departments, like how can we make our property safe before stuff like defensible space was even a word. When I realized just how ignorant the general populace was, I got more confidence that maybe I can actually have a microphone and tell people tips. But it was 2020 and a Labor Day thing. I finally just grabbed a microphone and said, that's it. I'll teach people how to track fires, survive, and then fire behavior. I learned from actual firefighters like Cogito, who took me to their wing. And I just slowly increased my confidence with giving people advice and common sense. Fire's probably going to do this if this happens, like if the wind blows this way, if the weather continues this. That's easy to understand. It's not rocket science. But having people like Dusty Smokes around and Alan and Magneto and real firefighters, and Torin 2 and others, having them on hand for several years in a row, just asking and picking their brains, getting their opinions, and others who came in and out. I learned from the best. John Bruno learned from the best. I still want to be corrected if I'm ever wrong, even on accident. This is too important for egotistical crap. But I'm glad I did develop the confidence because we've successfully evacuated many towns early when CAL FIRE was still telling people it's okay to remain here. No, it's not. I didn't realize how CAL FIRE